So with that, welcome. My name is Borino. I am the founder of the Real Estate Rockstars, the Facebook group that you're probably a member of. I am the author of Expert Plus, FSBORINO, many other programs. My job is to help you get more leads, get more clients, get more listings, be a successful real estate rockstar. That's what I do. And some of you are my students. You joined the path with me. I really enjoy teaching you, working with you. So with that, let's go to work, my friends. So I was sitting in the yard, in my backyard, writing my notes, and I realized I cannot help you fix your lead generation problem until we troubleshoot and figure out, do you really have a problem? So what I'm going to give you is 10 points plus one bonus point where you can tell if you have a problem or not, where you can tell, is your business heading for a crisis, for a disaster possibly, or are you going to have a stellar year, stellar 10 years in this crazy business? Cool? So with that, let me give you a couple of points before I get into the 10. If your business, that's you, does not generate predictable number of leads on a regular basis, you will get out of business. That's how serious and important this is. Let me repeat that. If your business, because very often that's you, does not generate predictable number of leads on a regular basis, you will be out of business. That's number one. That's why this matters so much. Number two, if you don't spend half of your time and effort on generating good, motivated leads, on prospecting and follow-up, you will not survive in this business. If you don't spend half of your time, 50% of your time and effort on getting leads, you'll be out of business. Lead generation, prospecting, and follow-up are your number one priority daily. That's it. There's nothing more important than that. And if you don't spend half of your time doing these things, you're setting yourself up for failure. You cannot have affordable income. You cannot have predictable income. You cannot have predictable income if you don't have predictable lead generation system. If your income is not predictable, it is because your lead generation system is not predictable. That's the problem, friends. So those are the problems. So now how do you know that you have a problem? There are 10 ways to quickly troubleshoot your business. Please write these down. These are important. This will help you. Now, one thing that you need to be aware of course, is be honest. Be honest, because your monkey brain, this little fucker, the drunken monkey, Gail Zintek, thank you so much for this postcard. This came in so handy as a visual aid. This little voice in your head will try to tell you stories, sway you. It will try to buffer things and make you feel good. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't do that. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. You can bullshit me, you can bullshit everybody else, but not yourself. So please be honest. So here we go. How do you know you have a lead generation and prospecting problem? Number one, you have less than 2 months of total cost of living. Less than 2 months. Let me write these down actually. So number one, less than 2 months of total cost of living, that means your personal expenses, your business expenses, in your account. Less than 2 months. So whatever costs you to live, to pay your mortgage, your car payment, your credit cards, ice cream for the kids, and run your business, if you add it all up, there should be a number. It can be 5,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, whatever that is. If you have less than 2 of those in your account, you have a lead generation problem because it's directly related. Remember this, friends. You are a for-profit business. You run this business to generate profit. If your business is not creating profit, the number one reason for that is you have a lead generation problem. You're not generating enough motivated buyer and seller leads. So that's number one. So be honest. If you log into your account and you add up all the money that's there, is it less than 2 months? If the answer is yes, you definitely have a lead generation problem. Number two, you have less than 3 good listings on the market right now. If you have less than 3 good listings on the market right now, I'm not talking listings, but good listings where you know these suckers are getting action, they're getting offers, they're getting showings, those are good listings. If you don't have at least 3, more is better. If you have 10, 15, fantastic. But if you're below 3, less than 3, if you have 2, 1, or 0, you have a serious lead generation problem and your business is in trouble. Anybody out there so far going, oh shit? And if you say yes on both, even worse. Number 3, it's been less than 10 days. I'm sorry, it's been more than 10 days. It's been more than 10 days since your last listing presentation. 10 days since your last listing presentation. Be honest. If you check your calendar, when was the last time you sit down? And I'm not talking about visiting the seller or just giving them the price. I'm talking bona fide listing presentation where you sit down with the seller, where it's clear why you're there. It's clear what the objective is. You may not get the listing at the end. That's okay. You won't get them all. But both you and the seller know why you're there. They want to move. You're trying to figure out if you can help them. It's been more than 10 days. If it's been more than 10 days since you sat down with the seller like this, you have a lead generation problem. If, number 4, you have no presentation scheduled for the next 7 days. If you open your calendar between today and 7 days from now, there is no single listing presentation or more scheduled, you have a serious lead generation prospecting problem. If, number 5, the advertising and marketing you have in place, we're not talking prospecting now, we're talking advertising, like running Facebook ads, doing direct mail. If the systems you have in place are not producing 2 times the return or better, you have a problem. Or worse, if you're investing money and not getting any commissions back, you have a problem. The systems are broken. If it's not producing at least twice the return, at least, should be more than that, way more than that. But we would settle for twice. So if you put $1,000 in, you get $2,000 in commissions, that's not bad. If you put $1,000 in, you get $3,000 in commissions, not bad. That's a 3 times the return, 3x, that's good. But if you're running campaigns, if you're sending postcards or running Facebook ads or doing any of this stuff that requires investment, magazine advertising, any type of marketing and advertising, if you are one of those poor schmucks who got talked into running ads on a shopping cart in a grocery store, I have yet to meet an agent who says, dude, that was one of the best decisions I ever made. Look at the return I got on that thing. Never met one. And I've met tens of thousands of you. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've met one. So please don't do dumb stuff like that. Ask yourself, what is it going to be my return? How much money am I going to get back? Okay? If you, number 6, have less than 20 motivated seller leads, motivated leads in your CMS, you're in trouble. If you have less than 20, you should have a whole bunch. But if you have less than 20, you don't have a lead generation system in place. You're in trouble. So be honest. Out of all the leads you have in your contact management system, now God forbid if you tell me I don't have a contact management system, then you're in serious trouble. But if you don't have at least 20, if the number is below 20, you have a problem. So troubleshoot. Be honest. If you don't have, and this is somewhere you need to be honest, an actual system in place, a lead gen prospecting system, where you execute the same steps. It's kind of planned, scheduled, you know what to do. Some of it is done by your staff. If you don't have lead generation prospecting system in place, you have a problem. And you can be honest, because you need to know where the problem is before you can troubleshoot. We're going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to give you plenty of information and tips and strategies tomorrow, how we're going to troubleshoot it. But first you need to identify, do I really have a problem? Next, you don't have a daily routine. No daily routine. You don't have a daily routine. There is no prospecting habit. There is no habit of getting leads. Be honest. Do you come to your office and just kind of, let's see what happens. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's check Facebook. Let's see what Borino has posted, what crazy shit he did over the weekend, where did he ride his motorcycle, what's happening with my ex-girlfriend, and has she gained some weight? Yay! Has my ex looks worse? Yay! Next thing you know, it's 11 o'clock. You're like, fuck, where did the morning go? Time for lunch. I'm getting a little hungry. You come home at 6 o'clock. Oh, honey, I'm beat. I'm exhausted. But if you look back, if you're really honest, how much of that was spent on a daily routine lead generating? If you're like every other agent, probably not much. Now, I don't want you to be like every other agent. That's why I do these coaching sessions. That's why I do this training for you guys. All right? You can project where your next listing will come from. That means you have no plan. No plan. You cannot project, you cannot reliably tell me with 80% or better accuracy or confidence where your next listing is going to come from. See, one of the things I figured out early on is I cannot be jack of all trades and master of none. Not in this very competitive, especially, you probably are in a competitive market like I was. I was in Southern California where everybody had 2 real estate licenses and their mother had 3. So it was very competitive. So I understood that I needed to master certain niches. I mastered 4. I was good at 4 things. I mastered for sale by owners, expired listings, referrals, and open houses. Majority, bulk of my business came from those funnels. So I could tell you with about 80% accuracy that my next listing will come from one of these 4 funnels. And I was right most of the time. Can you be really honest and accurately pinpoint where your business is going to come from? Next, the systems you do have in place, whether it's Facebook, prospecting, doing for sale by owners, open house, whatever you do, if you analyze, if that system has not produced a listing in the last 60 days, you have a massive problem. If you haven't received a listing, or at least a listing appointment from that system, it's broken. It's broken. So be honest and look back. How long have you been running that campaign? How long have you been doing this prospecting? How long have you been doing this marketing? How long have you been doing that particular activity, specific activity? And then look back on all the listings you have gotten. Has that generated a good listing or more listings? And more importantly, can you project and predict what's going to happen next from that funnel? If it's been 60 days, you're wasting time, effort, and money on something that's not working. And that's the truth, my friends. And then the bonus one, number 11, you have no Borino systems. You're trying to reinvent the wheel, or you're getting information from somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about because they haven't walked the walk. I would like to correct that. So if you don't have it, get the Expired Plus. If you want to work Expired, easiest listings there is. There is no faster way to get listings than using Expireds because you're already working with people who are moving, want to do something. Get the FSBO system. Do FSBOs. Those 2, master those 2, you're way better off. Or better yet, we're opening the bootcamp on Thursday. I'm starting an Expired bootcamp on Thursday where I will personally work with you. I will help you with your dialogues. I will help you with your marketing. First approach, first contact, where to find expired listings, how to contact them, how to follow up with them, how to communicate with them. All of that, I will break it down into these easy, digestible pieces. We closed the registration last night, but I'm going to reopen it just for you, just for this day, just for today. Because we still need to ship you the books, we need to get you up and running. The coaching starts on Thursday, this Thursday, at 11 o'clock, 1100 hours, Eastern Time. Sergeant Borino will wear his Sergeant Borino hat, and for 5 sessions, 4 weeks, we're going to build your entire system. So if any of this applies to you, start there. Let's build you a system. Now tomorrow I'm going to give you more tips, more strategies, but first, you must be honest. So spend the next few minutes really analyzing. What's my balance in my account? Can I live and run my business for the next 2 months or longer without income? If the answer is no, problem. Less than 3 good listings, you got a problem. It's been at least 10 days since your last listing presentation. You have a massive problem. No presentation scheduled for the next week or so? Clearly, system is broken. Your business is not operating at its optimal level. Your investment is not returning at least twice what you put into it. You have a problem. You don't have 20 or more motivated leads in your contact management system. You're asking for trouble. Your lead generation, your prospecting system is not systemized. It's not a step-by-step where you know the steps, your staff knows what to do. It's been dialed in, it's been optimized, and it's running. If the answer is no, you got a problem. You don't have a daily routine. You don't have a plan. You don't really know what's going to happen 30 days from now. How are you going to get business? What's going to happen? You have no listing in 60 days generated by the systems you're using. If it hasn't produced listing in the last 60 days, It's broken. And finally, you don't have a Borino system. Those are tried and true. Not very expensive, simple. That's the way I like it. It is not new or old. It is not fancy or simple. It is effective. That's all I measure it by. Is this getting you leads, appointments, and listings? The answer is yes. Try it. Come do the bootcamp. Now, how do you sign up for the bootcamp? Here it is. Go to goborino.com/bootcamp. We just reopened it. We're going to close it down tonight. The timer is already on 0. We need to get you the books, and we're starting on Thursday. Don't miss this opportunity. It's $197 a month. It's super easy, super inexpensive investment. Don't bullshit yourself thinking, I don't have the money. Nonsense. I'll help you with all this. All right, my friends? Was this helpful? Yeah, Gladys, look at her comment. I totally understand. Let me see. I will put it on the screen. Here you go. Gladys says, I'm in Southern California. It's crazy here. I know, it's crazy competitive. But that means you need to master this stuff. Gladys, the bad news is it's going to be worse. It's going to get worse. It's going to get more competitive. That's just I'm not here to fear-monger you, but it was easier 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Times have changed. That's the bad news. You really need to step up and keep up. The good news is you can figure it out. It is not rocket surgery, as I say. It is not that complicated. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not that complicated. You need to have 4 good funnels that bring you leads. That's step 1. Then you need to have a contact management system and a system within the contact management system to keep in touch with those folks. That will get you appointments. And then you need a good, robust listing presentation to turn appointments into listings. That's it. 3 moving parts. Not easy, but doable. And it can be extremely profitable. You can have the freedom, the money, the lifestyle, everything that comes with it. Roll up your sleeves, go to work. But step 1, evaluate, be honest. Where am I? Do I need help? Come get my help. I'll coach you. I'll train you. I've become good at showing people that they can do it and what are the steps and how to implement it without feeling overwhelmed or overloaded or without spending thousands and thousands of dollars on something that may or may not work. Make sense? So I appreciate what you're saying, Gladys. Cool. Nicola would like to know how long the boot camp is. It is 5 sessions, 4 weeks. 5 sessions. Every Thursday, we're starting this Thursday. We're going to get together for about an hour and a half. It starts at 11 o'clock. Sessions, of course, recorded. So you can check it out. You can go back, re-watch the recordings if you want. They stay up 30 days after we finish the boot camp. So if you want to go back through the training sessions, you're welcome to. Of course, we'll have the book and access to the system online as well, to the downloads and videos, everything that comes with it. Whether you later stay with me and join the path and do it on a monthly basis or not, doesn't matter. You can bail anytime you want to. There's no obligation. Stay for as long as you want. I think you will like it, but it's up to you. But the expired materials will stay. Those are yours to keep. Whether you stay or not, doesn't matter. All right? Christopher says, I don't have a lead generation problem. I have a conversion problem. You may. There may be a follow-up issue, which is session 3 in our bootcamp. We'll talk about nothing but follow-up with expireds. And a lot of what I teach you, it's not selling. I don't sell. Like right now, I'm not selling you on bootcamp. I'm just telling you it's available. Some of you will join, some will not. But this is not some hard sell or scarcity or any of those trickeries. But here's the thing. Your conversion problem is really a trust problem. Your problem is either they don't know who you are or they don't trust you. Or it may be a lead generation problem. You follow up with the wrong people. People don't have a problem in the first place. That's why I love working for sell by owners and FSBOs and expireds. Because very often it's easy to troubleshoot. It's easy to figure out the property was overpriced. They still want to move. Bam, let's help them. You follow what I'm saying? So your conversion problem may be they don't trust you. That's a communication issue. We can fix that. Or they don't need to move. It's not that important to them. That's a qualification issue. We can fix that as well. Very quickly, through a little conversation, you can figure out these people never going to go anywhere. I don't want to work with them. I don't want to follow up for a year or 2 just to find out that they're not that motivated, they overpriced the listing, and then you have to work it for 6 months just to get it within the range that sells. That's a waste of time. There are plenty of much better opportunities. Remember, every 60 minutes, there is 601 transactions closed in the US. It's about 10 a minute. 10 a minute. 601 every hour. A lot of business out there. A lot of motivated people. But if you preoccupy yourself with non-motivated leads, that means your lead generation is fucked up and possibly your follow-up is busted. You're going to spin your wheels and invest a lot of time, effort, and energy into working with the wrong crowd. And then you're surprised it's not working. So we can fix that. But first, like you said, and I appreciate you being honest and open about where the problem may be. It may be a conversion problem. All right. Was that helpful? Felix has a good question. You think part-time agents should do the bootcamp? I think so. I think, Felix, the sooner you learn this, the sooner you get the system operational, the sooner you get up and running with it, the sooner you'll be able to pull the plug on your 9-to-5 job and jump in full-time. And it's going to be a combination. That's why the bootcamp is so powerful, because it's a combination of you learning this stuff, absorbing the information in a form that you don't feel overloaded like it's too much. We break it down into 5 separate sessions, but also implementing it. And it is through the implementation you not only will build it, but you will learn it and master it. So whether you're full-time or part-time agent, doesn't matter. If you're willing to commit, that's really the key word there. Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to commit to learn, to role play, to practice, to implement, put the marketing in place, put the follow-up pieces in place so the system is functioning properly, getting you listings, getting you leads? Because think about it this way. What if you could do, I'm just making stuff up, I'm not promising obviously or blowing smoke up your ass, but what if you could do 3 listings within the bootcamp? Is that possible? That's my expectation from you guys. Every single one of you who will be in the bootcamp with me, I expect to do 3 listings during our time together. Some will do it, some will not. Some will exceed it. Remember the story? Luke and Christy? Krista, they did like 12 listings during the bootcamp. Nah, that's extreme, of course. That's beautiful and it's fantastic. There's a video where I interviewed them how they did it during the bootcamp. But you're going to learn the same systems. So there is no barrier other than you. All right? So go to goborino.com/bootcamp, sign up. I'll see you on Thursday in the class. Let's build your system. Let's get you up and running. Groovy? Rick. Okay, thank you. I'm going to sign up for the bootcamp. I already have the Expired Plus book, though. That's cool, Christopher. What I will help you with is take the information, break it down, and implement it. You know, as a joke, I keep this now here. I mean, it's not that funny because it was so expensive. I don't want you to end up like this. This is a program I bought, paid $2,500, $2,500 for this. Good information, good course. I was excited. It's been sitting on my shelf. Can you see the dust? It's still shrink wrapped, never opened it. Not because I'm not motivated, not because it was cheap, it was expensive. The bootcamp is not that expensive. It is the same course, it's actually better. I used to teach it for $1,997, $1,997. But many of you came to us and said, you know, that's steep. I know it's good, but I just don't have that kind of cash. So we said, why don't we make it part of the path? Why don't we make it a simple monthly payment, stay for as long as you want. If you're not happy or if you feel like you've got what you wanted out of it, bail, doesn't matter. No hard feelings. I just don't want you to get my book, get my systems, and end up like that, where you don't apply it. More importantly, you lose the chance to really grow your business, help people, make money. Because it's out there, 601 transactions. It's out there. So come join us. We'd love to have you. All right, friends? Rick has a question, Borino. Let me show you on the screen. Did you just say if they are not closing in 60 days, don't worry about follow-up, or did not hear you correctly? No, I said if you haven't received a closing in the last 60 days. Or, where are we? If the systems you're using, Rick, has not produced listings in the last 60 days. If you've been using a certain prospecting or lead generation or advertising marketing system that you spend effort, time, energy on, and money, if you haven't received a listing from it in the last 60 days or any money, then it's broken. It's broken. We need to fix that. And we can troubleshoot it. We can really pop the hood and figure out, because it's only so many moving parts. Either you're not getting the right leads, you're not getting the enough leads, quantity, quality, or it's not systemized, or you're targeting the wrong people to begin with. Low probability leads, low quality leads. People who either don't have to move for another year or two, or people who are not realistic. I don't know, but we can troubleshoot that. All right, helpful? All right, guys. Myra says, I got the books, but I never applied. Well, see, Myra, I'm just as guilty. You saw the package. It's great information. It's a great course. 2 very, very smart people put it together that I respect. I know Frank Kern personally. And I spent $2,000, $2,500 on that thing. And I just keep it shrink wrapped now to show you. Then I'm just like you. I'm just as guilty. Life gets in the way, things get in the way. But there comes a point where you need to say, I got to get this done. That's why I do it as a boot camp. I could just sell you the Expired Plus. I mean, hell, you can buy it right now. Go to expiredplus.com and order it and you're good. But I have a feeling that if you and I could work together where you can directly ask me questions, it's all live, so you can type questions and I can answer them and I can clarify things and I can help you, walk you through the whole thing step by step. Your chances of actually turning leads into listings using this are much better. And we have plenty of results and evidence to support that. Agents who are doing really well as a result. Not everybody and not always, but that's life. All right, guys. Meyer says, I would like to jump again. Do I need to pay the full price again? Well, the full price is only $197, Meyer. And if you're my Path students, it's only $97. So we're not really talking cost here. We're talking less than I spend on Starbucks a week, right? Hey, Carolina, nice to see you. One of my successful students, good student. Nice to have you here. All right, guys, that's what I wanted to share with you. Tell me where the problem is, and we're going to fix it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to give you practical tips. If you said yes to any of these, probably a combination of these, I'm going to give you some practical tips tomorrow to quickly readjust, to quickly shift your course, to quickly get you back on track. Because we're entering the time where people will be moving, homes will be sold, transactions will be closed. I don't want you to miss the boat. All right? Thanks for being here today. Coach Borino signing off. Go to goborino.com/bootcamp. Sign up. We're going to keep the registration open for just a while. Would love to have you. We're starting on Thursday. It's going to be awesome. 5 very intense live lessons I'm going to teach personally. Not theory. Not just good ideas I read in a book or heard from another agent. Stuff that works out there right now. Guaranteed. Of course, it's all money back guarantee. If you're unhappy with it, if you don't like it, if you don't feel like you want to do it, just let us know. Here's your money. No hard feelings. We're still friends. goborino.com/bootcamp is the URL. Thanks for watching today, guys. I'll see you tomorrow at noon. Borino Live coming to you right here in the Rockstars and on YouTube. Thanks. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.